Hey everybody, welcome back to this Let's Play of Final Fantasy II. I am Drak. Let's get back into it. Right now we are in the sewers of the city of Bafsk to go look into the Dreadnought and see what it will take to beat it. So technically we're in the role of Princess Leia in A New Hope. Yes, I'm going to keep referencing Star Wars. This game does. And of course, we have our obligatory encounter right off the bat. Okay, so now people again might notice in dungeons that I skip chests or I get them. If I get them, it's because either I can sell what they have for a good price or I'm going to use it. If it's like a potion or whatever, I'm already pretty stocked considering what I need for that, and I'm not going to fill up my inventory anymore with it. Why? Because the inventory cap in this game is really, really small. And I think my buddy Alex in the Drak and Shadow Let's Plays has covered it quite well by saying, "Item cap rage!" It's appropriate. And kind of surprising that plant life is growing in the sewers. They know what else is there. Never mind. Fertilizer. Okay. And lots of antidotes and eye drops. Yay! I have to figure out on the map where I'm going. Thankfully, this is one of the shorter dungeons. I really should have just been using my magic points to just nuke everything in sight. But I don't have a whole lot of magic points at this point in the game, so probably not a good idea to waste it. You know, just in case I have a boss. Come on, kill the other two bloodsuckers. Yay! Yeah, nothing ever survives Gus. At least not till later. What? Foreshadowing? Yeah, we have a few problems later on in the game. Gus wasn't strong enough. Or you guys may have seen with the spike toys in the previous part, physical attacks don't really hurt it. You have to attack with magic. And yes, I know, the leveling system is kind of tedious. I'm not gonna lie there. It is. But we kind of have to keep up a consistent pace with it. If I get fed up with it in the middle of a dungeon, or it's just taking too much time to do it, I will probably stop. Just because I will probably make up for it in grinding. But, unfortunately, you'll probably have to deal with it just during story fights. It's always good to get ahead of the game, if you can. Yay, we can move on a little bit more. Can we get to the next floor? Longbow, okay, we can sell that. And encounter. He's appropriate. Oh, look, new enemy, zombies. What is this, Resident Evil? Is Maria the master of unlocking? I don't think so. Technically, I think that would be Furion. He's kind of the jack of all trades. And he was kind of the thief stereotype in the intro, if you think about it, because he was the one that had the throwing knives. Oh, look, there's the floor. Okay, so now we're on the next floor. Just gotta figure out on the map where I'm going. And now that I know where I'm going, I get an encounter. Yay! Yay, okay, come on, kill the zombies. Kill them. while we're working our way through this dungeon, I'm just curious from the people who are watching this, you know, we are around the holiday time. What are you guys' plans for the holidays? I mean, do you just spend time with family? Do you spend time with family on a vacation? I'd love to hear from you. Just give me kind of a sense of what you guys do. For me, it's just sit back and spend time with family. We don't really do anything major. Yeah, just sit back and enjoy one another's company. Maybe play a game or two, and if there's a new console out, then if we can afford it, we'll get it and we'll try it out. But that's about it from my end. Me and my wife are very much looking forward to a couple of days of relaxation before she has to go work again and I have to start getting videos done again. Although, strangely enough, I'm getting videos done on Christmas Eve. Try and figure that one out. There's always somebody working on Christmas. Okay, I think this is actually near the end of it. So, oh look! This is the... I know I made Batman jokes, guys, but it was kind of an easy one to do. This is the Dark Knight that was being mentioned in our little rebel friends dialogue. I just would like to imagine that it was Batman. Because I'm playing Arkham Asylum. I've got bats on the brain. The Dreadnought is complete! Uh-oh. Okay. You fools thought I'd return to Palamecia before my duty was done? Yeah. Give up! You stand no chance against the Emperor! Uh-huh. This is Star Wars. Of course we stand a chance. I will leave you for now to think it over. Farewell! Uh-huh. How perfectly villanesque of you to do. I take that! This is Borgin, by the way. Sadly, this was not the first computer-generated cackle. But we'll go with it. Uh-oh, that looks like a big ship. Oh, boy. Maybe we weren't cut out for this rebellion thing? No, even the Empire has to have a few victories. So yes, we just let the Dreadnought go. Not really our choice, but... Now let's go into this other room. This is kind of a storage room, and in there we find a pass. We're gonna need this later. And ooh, look, a teleport pad. Yes, that's what it is. Spoiler. Yeah, I'm not going to trek all the way through. If I'm not using warp, it's because I know that there's another way to warp. But now we have a bit of a problem, because the Dreadnought actually did launch, and Double or Nothing, their first target is quite clear. They're probably going to go attack the Rebellion, to show that they've got the power to do it. So we better head back to Altair fast. Or at least as fast as the world is going to allow us. We're not going to be stupid about this. We're going to go hit the inn. Yes, I'm a chronic inn user. It's easy. Although you'll notice in the later games when they actually give a tent that doesn't take a minute to work, I'll actually go that direction. Like, probably starting Final Fantasy VII. So I'll just leave it. Bink! Okay, cool. Alright, so back to Altair we go. Also, another thing I'd like to hear from people, so we had a bunch of new game consoles come out and a bunch of really cool games. Some got delayed, some didn't. I would actually like to hear, since, you know, it's the holiday time, and around this time is when we start talking about Game of the Year, and you know, what was the best game on this console, or whatever. what were your picks? If you're solidly a Sony fan, what do you think was the best game that came out, and maybe like the best Sony exclusive title? There weren't many this year, but for me, unfortunately, I'm not going to make a claim because I haven't really played any of the 2013 games. I'm still working my way up, guys. I've heard a couple of really good candidates, but all of them were from earlier in the year. Tomb Raider was one of them, or the new one. BioShock Infinite, I heard, was worthy of it. I'm trying to think of some of the things that came out. A lot of people were telling me Assassin's Creed 4 was really good. Although, the one consensus that I keep hearing is all the stuff that deserves to be Game of the Year, not on the new consoles. That's a first. I remember when PS3 and 360 came, or when 360 came out, and PS3 and Wii, oh my gosh. Their first years, it was one of their games that won it. Except maybe not in the PS3 launch's case, because there wasn't really much. Maybe Resistance did it, but I don't think so. Okay, so now we are at Poft. We need to book passage quickly. We can't do that if we get attacked right before we enter town. Don't they know this, guys? I mean, seriously. I am getting a little excited, however, because this holiday season, I think we're going to go and get a Wii U. There's finally enough games to justify it, and I'm excited to play them, especially with some of the games that came out this year. Super Mario 3D World looks really good. So, very excited to finally play the Wii U and see how it works and see how the games play. I know that Nintendo is kind of getting ragged on, and I'm ragging on them to some extent because I want some third-party stuff on there. I don't want just first-party, and I don't want Nintendo to just resign to the best games on there being their first-party titles. Go work out a deal with some of the other companies, get the other games on there. You did it when the Wii U launched, so you can do it again. And I already know that you've worked out something with Team Ninja. So just work something out with some other companies. And here we are, back at Altair. And we were too late. There's a bunch of craters. Looks like they got bombed pretty bad. Sorry. Nope, part of the story. We get retaliated against. The Empire did indeed strike back. Dear Lord, I ask thee to save the king's life. And also, I don't think this is explained very well, but the king got injured or the king is sick. Many people were hurt in the Dreadnought's attack. Father is heartbroken and his condition has worsened. Okay, so he's sick. He thinks himself near death. Okay. That's why you're on the throne. Mindu, is there anything we can do? Yeah. But not until hundreds of years later. All living creatures must die. It cannot be helped. Yes, I forgot. I was going into my Mindu voice. But my duty is to save those who are suffering. Go forth, Mindu. Go on. Continue your journey. I will remain here and take care of the injured ones. Sounds like a good idea. Tyrion, the Dreadnought must be destroyed. We cannot endure this much longer. Oh yeah, agreed. Mindu has left the party. Okay. So now it's back to us three. Thanks to Mindu, Father seems to be in much better condition these days. Wow, he works fast. He's like Acme. Okay, so now we need to ask about the Dreadnought. So many died in the Dreadnought's assault. How are we to fight such a monstrosity? I wonder if anyone out there knows of a weakness we could exploit. Well, Sid might. So now that we've done that, now we need to figure out, okay, who might know of a weakness? We already kind of know that. Since Sid has built an airship, he probably knows how to destroy one. The only question is, where is Sid? Of course, where he's always been. So let's make our way back to Poft to go talk to him. Yay! Canoeing with no encounters! If only in these earlier games they'd thought about that with ships. Because they certainly did so with airships. It just makes the game that much faster, guys. And I'm just trying to figure out if they damaged Plume. It kind of looks like they did, but not really. You can kind of figure out, okay, Altair was the target. Alright, now we are here in Poft. Let's see what Sid has to say. And there we are. If you want to ride the airship, give your guild to the guy behind me. Alright, well we don't. But ask about the Dreadnought. You only need to blow up the engine of the Dreadnought to blow it to smithereens. Okay, well that makes sense. Blow it up from the inside. But how do we do that? So now we need to figure out how we do that. And we're deep in thought. How do you beat something that looks like... well, first of all, how do you even get to the engine? And what do you use to blow it up? I know some people here are asking, well, why not dynamite? This is Final Fantasy. That's kind of an easy answer. So let's ask again. Let's ask about an airship. The airship runs on Sunfire, as does the Dreadnought. Oh, okay, well that's a new term. Memorize Sunfire. Now ask about it. Okay, you only need to blow up the engine. Okay, ask about Sunfire. The Sunfire can't be controlled easily. You get too much flame and it might just blow up in your face. Okay. Well, that's a new tidbit of information. Let's bring that up to Hilda. Before we talk to... yeah, that's right. You have to talk to the guy behind him. You want to ride the only airship in the world? Wait, we just saw an airship fly by. We'll take you anywhere in a flash. Of course, that requires some of you-know-what. Okay. Ah, Gil. Alright, that makes sense. So there you go. That's kind of the prices. They're fairly high, but eventually you won't have to worry about it. Come on, it's a Final Fantasy game. If you haven't figured out that you're going to get your own airship, I don't know what to tell you. And of course, I just remembered I forgot to pay the pirates. Awesome. Alright, so now we paid the pirates. Let's get back to Altair. And bring up our idea. Maybe if we can get a hold of some Sunfire, we can destroy the Dreadnought. By putting the Sunfire in the engines. Which would blow it up from the inside, technically. Right as we get to the lake. Seriously, this game just doesn't have a grasp of a concept called timing. I missed? You lunkhead. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong game review. My bad. Okay, so back to Altair we go. Come on. Also, to the Final Fantasy fans out there, are you excited that we're going to get another Roman numeral? The Versus 13 is becoming 15. I probably asked this before, but I mean, I would love to have the discussion, see if, you know, this is going to be a good game, or do we just worry right off the bat? I don't know personally, because I haven't touched the 13 sequels, so I don't know if they, quote, fixed it or not, but I didn't mind 13 that much. I don't know the problem people had with it. Okay, back in the rebel headquarters, let's bring up our idea to Princess Hilda. Thanks to Mindu, father seems to be in better condition. So let's ask about Sunfire. Sunfire is Cassion's symbol. Its light illuminates the castle's ground floor even today. Okay, well now we know where to go. I have heard stories about the flame from Scott and Gordon. For instance, no ordinary torch can carry it. Okay, well that presents a problem. Perhaps the Sunfire can destroy the Empire's Dreadnought. Good idea. Perhaps it can. Please go to Cassion at once. Sid should provide you with transportation. And I can't talk today. But I wonder how the magical flame can be brought back. That's true. We don't know about this specific torch that we need. So, let's go ask the person who knows mystical things. Maybe he knows. It is his spirit that is most hurt, not his body. He's working with the king. You can see in his bed. This is not something a physician can cure. Every 3 years, a ritual of fire is held. Okay. The Sunfire is transferred to Egel's torch, so its altar can be purified. Now we kind of... They don't let you memorize it, but that's kind of the hint. You need Egel's torch to move the Sunfire. Many good men died in the Dreadnought's attack. I sometimes wonder if we should surrender to the Empire. Scott sealed the gates of Castle Cassion to protect the Sunfire in case his army was defeated. You will need the Goddess's Bell to lift the doors again. Oh, so here's another additional piece we needed. Let's ask about the Goddess's Bell. Only Cassion's clan know the bell's whereabouts. Okay, well, just so happens we have a prince here. Let's ask about the Goddess Bell to him. Gordon should know where the bell is, but we do not know where he has disappeared to. Yeah, you guys didn't see it probably because he was hiding behind the headquarters all the time. He's disappeared, so we don't know where he is. Princess Hilda might know, perhaps. Ah, good idea. She had a good working relationship with Gordon as well as Scott, so maybe she knows where Gordon went. Ask about the Goddess's Bell. Yes, Scott and Gordon have mentioned that before. Okay. Cassion's doors only respond to the voice of a family member or to the sound of a magical bell. The bell is supposedly hidden deep within a cave in the Snowlands. You do not intend to go there, I hope. Oh, if Gordon were only here, you wouldn't have to risk your lives like this. I wonder where he has gone. Anybody can figure out where he's gone. You just mentioned where. Well, regret is pointless now. I can only pray for your safe return. Joseph knows the snowfields as he does his own garden. He may have some good advice to offer. Okay, so we're apparently going back to Salaman. But again, I'm just going to bring this up. You haven't figured out where he went? You just said either the bell or a family member's voice can open the door. I think it's fairly safe to say where Gordon's gone. However, I'm still going to call him an idiot for doing so because you'll find out when we get him. Or when we get there to find him. But in the meantime, we need a way to enter Cassion, and the way to do that is with the Goddess's Bell. So now we have to go through the Snowlands to go get it. So, now we make our way to Salamand to go talk to Joseph and see if he can help us find the Goddess's Bell. And hopefully with as little encounters as possible. That would be awesome. Back to Bloom we are. I just spoke in Yoda. That was not intentional. Alright, we've paid the pirates. Let's go make our way to Poft. And just for the heck of it, let's go pay for an airship ride. It's kind of fun. So here we are in Poft.